And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Solano Gymnasium, where the visiting Cabrillo College Seahawks take on your Solano Lady Falcons. An exciting women's basketball action right here on the Solano College Sports Network. Brian Nelson here alongside my broadcast partner, McKenna Guerrero. McKenna, what are your thoughts for tonight's matchup?
So for tonight's game, the Lady Falcons are playing the Lady Seahawks. And the Lady Seahawks just came off a win. So I'm really excited because Solano just came off a loss. So we're going to see Solano's got to be money hungry right now. So I'm really excited to see them play.
And this should be a very exciting matchup. We will have the opening tip-off and starting lineups right after a quick message.
Hi everybody, Greg Poff here in the Solano College Sports Network studios, and we sure hope you're enjoying today's special game broadcast. And if you're interested in a career in sports broadcasting, or you would like to take one of our sports broadcasting courses here at the college, you can easily find them listed in the SCC schedule of classes under Communication Studies. Come on over to our TV studio in room 121 and check us out. Be a part of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting team. We're here at SCSN. It's more than just sports. It's an education.
And we're back ready to start this game off with the starting lineups for Solano. Number 3, Mariel Ding-Lawson. Number 5, Christian Voiles. Number 12, Cassandra Jones. Number 14, Miranda Holman. And number 33, Alex Bader round out your Solano starting lineups. For Cabrillo, the starting lineups are number 2, Tori Barnes. Number 10, Madison Rocha. Number 12, Camisa Camposti. Number 24, Emily Braga. And number 50, Amber Martinez. So, McKenna, who are some players to look out for in this matchup?
Well, for the Lady Seahawks, I just have to say number 10, Madison Rocha. If Beast does not describe her, 143 points, and it's only been 5 games. That's amazing. And I have to say, Cassandra Jones, I'm really excited to see her because, as we know, her older sister is Audrey Jones, which was a phenomenal player in the 2014 season. So I'm really excited to see what she has to bring to the table this season.
As Miranda Holman misses that three-point attempt, Audrey Jones' teammate from last year, the lone returning Solano player from last year at forward. Even though Christian Voiles actually played for the team 2 years ago, she took a year off and came back this year. So there's a couple players in there with some experience for Solano. As the shot is up and good for Cabrillo. Camisa Camposti nails that jumper. Now Cassandra Jones passing it out over to Ding-Lawson. Voiles finding Ding-Lawson on the cut. Manages to pass it back out. The drive out to Ding-Lawson for 3. Just in and out on that three-point attempt as Camposti pushes it up the court and throws it out of bounds. So Solano will take a possession. As Voiles inbounds it to Bader. Alex Bader, the sophomore, over back to Voiles. Back to Bader. For 3, just off to the right. And the rebound is pushed to Cabrillo. Braga out for 3. Martinez misses that three-point attempt. Rebounded by Miranda Holman. Out to Bader, who's pushing it up court. There is Jones for 3. It's just short. Rebound by Miranda Holman. She's going to push it back out for another possession. Christian Voiles pivots out for another three-point attempt. That one's going to be off the backboard and long. Rebound by Cabrillo is going to be out of bounds. So sloppy play so far from both teams. A lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I do have to say that. One thing that I do have to say is that as the game will go on, I guess we're going to see who's conditioned and who's not.
And it's going to be Cabrillo that will be tested on the conditioning, only have 9 players. As that three-point attempt by Alex Bader is good. So Solano takes the lead with 7:52 left in the first. As they're pushing it up court. Cabrillo with the baseline jumper, no good. Rebound again, Miranda Holman. She's looking to push it herself up the court after that miss by Tori Barnes. Over the corner to Christian Voiles, who drives, kicks it to Holman for the nice mid-range jumper for Miranda Holman.
So Miranda Holman is a freshman. So far in this game, I can tell that she has had a lot of experience.
And Cabrillo makes a mental mistake with a 10-second violation. She didn't get it across half court in 10 seconds. So that is a turnover in community college basketball. So Solano with the 5-2 advantage as Bader looks like she's a predominant ball handler. Jones for a deep three. Off line. Rebounded by Alex Bader for the putback, and it's good. As Cabrillo Composti is going to push it up court. Pass it over to Rocha, the prolific scorer for Cabrillo. They're going to call offensive foul on the screen by Camisa Camposti.
So far, I know it's only been a couple minutes in this game, but what's different about this team that you've seen so far than last year's team?
So far, it's just interesting to see who's going to be the predominant ball handler, just because Solano had really good guards last year with Nikki Andaya, the sophomore, and Janessa Bowling, both not returning this semester. So it's interesting to see that Alex Bader, the sophomore, has been the predominant ball handler. As that three-point shot is missed, Miranda Holman tips it out of bounds. But you see some things that you'll see from all of Matt Borchard coach teams: hustle, rebounding. That won't change, as well as the aggressive defense as they're going to go to a full court press as Rocha is fouled by Bader.
Well, one thing about basketball, defense is something that wins championships. You can put as much points on the board, but in the end, it all comes down to defense.
And that's another thing from last year's team. They had the state's leading rebounder, Laura Lawson, and she graduated, is at San Francisco State now, doing pretty well in her junior campaign at San Francisco State. But it's interesting to see what Solano does to replace that rebounding ability, as Rocha is fouled and will go to the line for two. So Madison Rocha, tell us a little bit about her numbers so far in this early season.
Madison Rocha?
Yeah.
So Madison Rocha has 143 points in 5 games. She has 17 defensive rebounds and 6 offensive rebounds.
And she just missed that first free throw attempt. On the year, she's a 71% free throw shooter. As a substitution for Solano, Ayana Gilliard checks in for Marielle Ding-Lawson.
Yeah, Madison's 30 for 42 for her free throws.
And that second one is up and good. So she splits a pair of free throws. Alex Bader's going to push it up the court. They're going to call a traveling violation on Gilliard, who just checked into the game. But that's something you'll notice with women's basketball here at Solano. They like to push the tempo a lot. If we had a mic on Coach Matt Borchard, one of the key words you'd hear a lot would be pace. Pace is very important for the Solano team, and it's an indicator if they'll do well in a game.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, conditioning is really important.
And that baseline jumper is up and good for Camposti, her second bucket of the game, as they push it to Jones. Thought about the three, kicks it out to Voiles. Voiles going to drive to her left, kick it to the corner, gets it back. Bader cycles it around to Jones. Back to Bader, wide open for three, and she nails that one. So Bader with another three-point shot. She has 8 of the Solano 10 points. And Alex Bader is a sophomore, but not on the team last year, so it's a good pickup by Matt Borchard and this Falcons team. As Miranda Holman with another rebound, pushing it up to Bader. Bader has numbers if she pushes, kicks it out to Jones for three, and she is short on that one, but Bader with the offensive rebound, put back to the left, and Voiles finally hits it home. So Christian Voiles is on the board with 2 points. 5 minutes left in this first quarter.
Were you expecting Solano to be ahead so far in the game right now, or did you expect the Lady Seahawks?
Well, it's a little early in community college basketball to kind of guess who would be ahead and who's not, just because this is our first look at Solano, really. We weren't sure who these new players were and what their abilities were, but it's very pleasing to see that Solano has gotten this 7-point lead so far, and they don't look like they've lost too much in terms of the lineup on the floor. This is pretty much Solano basketball so far in this first quarter, as they inbound the ball to Rocha. Hunter Rickard checked into the ball game, as well as Margie Howard. They're going to call a foul on Rocha, call on Miranda Holman on Rocha. And so far, Rocha, her aggressiveness on the offensive end has drawn a lot of fouls from Solano. They already have 4 team fouls. As they inbound the ball to Rocha. She surveys the defense, gets a pick from Rickard. Pick and roll. Nice play, but Rickard can't hit the layup. Long rebound to Cassandra Jones. She pushes it up the court, kicks it over for 3, and that one's short, but she follows her own rebound, puts it up and out, but good hustle there by Olivia Tresnewski, which is a tongue twister, and a triple word score on Scrabble.
One thing that I've noticed about the Solano team, too, they're pretty vocal with each other.
Yeah, that's definitely good for, like you said, defense. A key to defense is having good communication, and it's nice to hear that the players are talking to each other. As that foul on Margie Howard sends her to the line. Margie Howard with the first free throw rattles out. Christian Voiles is checking back into the game for Miranda Holman.
Yeah, Margie Howard is 50% for her free throws so far this season.
Howard, a freshman, with the second free throw.
And we will continue that 50% with Margie Howard.
Yeah, nothing but consistent. So Tresnewski over to Jones. Back to Tresnewski. They really have just been cycling the ball around the perimeters, primarily on the offensive end for Solano. As Tresnewski lines up a 3, and she hits it. Great look by Linnea Adams in the post to kick it back out to Tresnewski for 3.
Yeah, yesterday I actually interviewed Linnea Adams, and we had a pretty good interview. I could really tell that she's focused and she's really ready for the season. She is a freshman, and I told her yesterday, I was like, I'm really excited to see you play because of the focus that I could just sense in her voice and her tone and just what she had to say about the team.
And Linnea actually picked up a foul on that last Rocha drive. So Madison Rocha will go to the line, try and pick up a free throw after she made that layup. And she hits it off the back of the rim. So Christian Voiles with the rebound and pushing. Over to Tresnewski. Jones over to Adams. Tresnewski with the shot at the free throw line. That is just long, and the rebound is going to go out of bounds to Cabrillo. But that's a play you'll see a lot in Solano warm-ups. That's a warm-up they do. They come off of a curl, and they take a little foul line jumper. So that is an in-rhythm shot, and pretty good for Solano on the offensive end.
One thing I was going to ask you, do you think that Solano has a height disadvantage?
Against this team, I would say not. They seem to be pretty much the same height as Solano, but
or just in general, do you think that really affects
that
the
is
games?
Something that has affected them in the past. Laura Lawson last year was predominantly the only big on the floor, as well as Miranda Holman when she would go in to sub in for Laura Lawson as that ball was tipped out of bounds. But length is something that can bother Solano a little bit, but Solano's pace ultimately kind of makes up for that. They run such a fast-paced offense. Their perimeter shooting kind of makes up for that. So it really depends on the opponent.
Yeah, one thing, especially on defense, it's not about the height. It's about when you're boxing out, you just got to use your body. That's one thing. It doesn't matter if you're big, tall, small, or, you just have to use your body.
Yeah, great positioning there by Christian Voiles on the offensive rebound. Gave her enough room to put that layup back up and in after the Adams miss. That layup is going to be called a foul. So Alyssa Cabinlet will come to the line. That's 7 team fouls so far.
And obviously, I wasn't here last year, and I didn't see Audrey Jones play. But does Cassandra and Audrey have similar techniques? Or?
Yeah, it is actually pretty funny to see her set up her feet for her three-point shot. It's exactly like her sisters. Just so far, her first three-point attempts haven't gone in. Audrey was a definite dead-eye shooter. She was clutch. You've seen the clip many times.
Yeah.
We play it over and over from last year. Audrey hit one of the biggest threes against Merritt last year to put them on top and give them a win down the line in the BVC, which was really crucial to them tying Laney for that BVC title last year. So Tresnewski Kicks it over to Cassandra Jones, and she plays a lot. I don't think Cassandra has come off the court quite yet in this first quarter. As Adams surveys the defense, kicks it to the corner. Tresnewski for three. Little long, but rebound will go to Gilliard. She kicks it to Tresnewski. Jones, she thought about it. That's another thing. Those Jones sisters, they're not shy about range, as Voiles is called for a travel as she shuffles her feet. Yeah, the Solano women, they have some excellent range as well on the three-point shot. I'm not even sure how many feet behind the three-point line, maybe about 5 feet. She thought about it.
That's what I've noticed. I mean, looking at the Lady Falcon stats and looking at the Lady Cabrillo stats, they definitely have a better shooting average than Cabrillo does.
And Cabrillo just turned the ball over on a travel as a substitution. Marielle Ding-Lawson checking back into the game she started. Checking in for Ayana Gilliard, who will take a breather on the bench. So Olivia Tresnewski over to Voiles. She's looking for somebody to pass to. They're setting up their offense with 22 seconds left. Voiles drives to her left, kicks out to Adams. Jones wide open for three, just rattles in and out. Good offensive rebound by Tresnewski. And they're going to cycle around. Jones, she gets a reprieve, same exact spot, and nails her first three-point shot. As they push the ball, Cabrillo does. Kicks it over to the corner for Martinez, sets her feet. That is just short. Linnea Adams is fouled on that rebound. It's a lucky break there for Solano. But it's good to see that Jones hit that three finally.
Yeah.
She got a warm-up three, kind of got a feel of the range, and then drilled that.
You just have to get
shot.
that first one, and then after it's like you get that momentum going, and then you're good to go for the rest of the game.
And after she hits that three, she's going to take a little breather on the bench. She's played most of this first quarter so far.
Yeah, they need to give her a rest. They got a long game.
As the corner, Tresnewski drives up and under. Nice layup and the foul for Olivia Tresnewski, taking that contact and finishing that layup. That's something that these guards have shown. They've been very aggressive on the offensive boards, and crashing in on drives is very feisty is kind of the word I would use to describe their play.
True. So Olivia, she's 100% for her free throws right now. So we'll see if she continues her perfect free throw average.
Yeah, there's something in the business called a broadcaster's jinx. We'll see if that happens. See?
Oh, you know what?
The broadcaster's
I should
jinx
not have said anything.
No longer 100% on the year. Hey, it's your first taste of a broadcaster's jinx.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It happens to the best of us.
You know what? One thing about free throws, though, everyone has their own little technique, and for some reason, even if the littlest thing is off, it never goes in.
That's just mostly athletics for you. If
I guess
one
that's
little
true.
thing is off technique-wise, it just throws your whole rhythm off.
It's so mental. I feel like that's why.
Yeah, just ask NBA players who can't hit 50% on free throw.
yeah.
That's all mental.
Shaq.
Yeah. As that drive for Tresnewski kicks it out to Voiles, she saves the ball before it goes in the backcourt. Dribbling a lot. Cabrillo was swarming her on defense. As Tiongson has checked in the game. The corner, Tresnewski again tried a little up and under, and she was fouled on that layup attempt. Kind of bailed her out there because she was a little out of control and wasn't quite sure where she was. But she drew the foul, so she'll go to the line for two.
I know. I love that. It was like she was doing the Mikan drills.
As Geraldine Tiongson has checked in the backcourt with Tresnewski as well as Ding-Lawson, the starter. And she misses that first free throw.
This is the first time this season that she's actually missed her free throws. Maybe it's you, Brian.
I was about to blame you based off of what you said last time she was at the free throw line.
Oh, here we go.
Now she's on a roll. She hits 1 of 2. 30 seconds left. They're pushing it up the court. Too strong on that layup, but Composti will go to the line. She'll shoot 2 free throws. She was blazing up the court there. Really wanted to get that before the shot clock.
And Composti is 10 and 17 for her free throws so far this season.
And really, Composti has been the best shooter so far. She had a couple baseline jumpers. Now at the line, Rocha has a bucket and a couple free throws as well. But so far, Cabrillo only has 10 points in this first quarter to Solano's 23, and they keep missing free throws. So you don't want to leave points at the line if you're Cabrillo. And you can hear motion from Coach Borcher because it's so quiet.
And we just had a substitution between Linnea Adams and Christian Voiles for Solano.
Yeah, so Linnea, Voiles, and Holman will predominantly be the bigs for Solano. With 13 seconds left on the game, and not game clock, on the game clock, not the shot clock. Corner three, too long. 7 seconds left. Cabrillo can get a shot if they push. Barnes up the court. Martinez from a little over half court, too high. So after one quarter, as Martinez kind of slumped to the ground there in frustration for not hitting that three-point shot from half court. After one quarter, it's 23-11. So what are your thoughts on this first quarter so far?
So far I'm really impressed with Solano. Like you said, they only have one returning player from last year, and they're a brand new team. With a brand new team, you never know how everyone's just going to gel together on the court. And so far they've done a really good job. They're vocal with each other, which we were talking about helps on defense. So I'm really impressed with Solano so far.
Yeah, I think that energy is something that you'll see in a Coach Matt Borcher team. Like, he gets on his players to give 100% no matter what the score is. Last year and the year before, they'd be up 20, 30 points, but he'd still get on his girls to give 100% effort on defense and offense and not let up just because the score is in your favor. Right now, it's a 12-point lead. I guarantee you Matt Borcher is in that huddle telling his girls what they need to improve on and to keep the pace up. Don't let up just because you're ahead.
And that has a lot to do with heart as well,
Yeah,
conditioning and heart.
Yeah, Coach Borcher really knows how to instill heart in his girls to give 100%. As this is something interesting and a change to community college women's basketball is that they've adopted the quarter system. So instead of two halves, you have 4 quarters, like an NBA game. So we did a men's basketball game, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
something
or
like that.
2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah.
And they still have the 2-half system. And when they started the game with 10 minutes on the clock, I was like, okay. So I guess women in the NCAA and the community college ranks both adopted the quarter system.
I feel like the quarter system is better than the half system.
It's definitely will give the players better breaks because you have the quarter break and the halftime break. You will see better basketball, I believe, with that little extra break. As Rocha for 3 banks it in. Bank is open apparently on this Thursday night.
Rocha's a beast.
Yeah, she averages 23.8 so far points per game. She is their main scorer. She takes the most shots as well. As Holman gets it up to Voiles. Top 3 is good. So Christian Voiles answers that 3 with a 3 of her own.
That's one thing in basketball, too. You kind of just have to go for it. A lot of people get scared when they go up for a shot, but, I mean, like you said, Rocha doesn't hit them every time, but she does take the most shots, and look at she has the most points because she's taking that chance.
Yeah, and Howard misses her shot attempt as Bader, who had an excellent first quarter, pushes the ball out to Ding Lawson. Voiles tries another 3 from the same spot, off to the right and rebounded by Hunter Rickard. So now Rocha going to bring the ball up, guarded by Bader. Better be careful. They had a 10-second call in the first quarter. She just got across there in time. With 15 on the shot clock, she drives to her left. Kicks it out to Rickard. Rickard swings it around to Campasi, who drives, flips it up, and is fouled by Marielle Ding Lawson. So Campasi back to the line. If the trend of the first quarter, Cabrillo will probably make 1 of 2. As Campasti, the lefty, misses the first. Now, you played basketball growing up. Did you ever have to guard a lefty?
You know what? I am actually a lefty.
Are you a lefty? So you're the trick. How do people react when you go on the court left-handed?
You know, people were surprised because I am right-handed, and not too many people are left-handed. So it kind of gives you an advantage a little bit if you are left-handed because you kind of psych people out.
How did you realize that you're left-handed in basketball but you're right-handed in everyday life?
I don't know. When I was little, like, it was just easier. All my ball handling skills, I was a lot better on my left.
As Bader hits that 3, so interesting.
I know.
So Campasi and yourself lefties. It's always something that the defender has to realize because most people are right-handed. So when you close out on a shot, you kind of you jump towards the right hand. But if they're left-handed, that means they're going to be wide open. As Solano will get the ball back as it trickles out of bounds.
You definitely get fouled a lot more as a lefty.
Yeah, because they don't realize, think they just take it for granted that you're going to drive everything, do everything with your right hand.
That's why free throw practice is always really important.
Yeah, we saw that. We've seen that in this game. It's a 14-point game. If Cabrillo hit most of the free throws, it could be a single-digit game right now.
Exactly.
As Adams is too strong on that layup attempt, that hook shot. It's Camposte bringing it back up. As Rocha almost trips over Ding Lawson.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how important free throws are, but it says it right there. They're free points.
Yeah, might as well take it as Rocha travels. And really, Cabrillo so far in the early beginnings of this game, Madison Rocha and Camisa Camposte are the two main players I've seen on offense. So Solano really has to key in on them on the defensive end. As on the offensive end, Voiles just out of the hands of Muriel Ding Lawson on that back cut. So Camposte is going to bring the ball back into the front court for Solano. As she drives to her left, stops at the free throw line, too strong on that jumper. As Ding Lawson pushing it up the court. Finds Voiles for 3. Too long air ball, and Rocha rebounds it, going to push it back herself. She gets a pick there from Howard, kicks it out to Camposte. Thought about the 3, takes a little dribble, and is too short. And it's going to be an off-the-ball foul on Tori Barnes. Cassandra Jones, nice box out. You were talking about that earlier in the first quarter. As Miranda Holman checking into the ball game, along with Olivia Tresnewski, who had an excellent first quarter herself, hitting a 3-point shot, made a nice layup. Kind of got jinxed there by you, the free throws, but had a first quarter that was pretty good otherwise.
So it looks like Cabrillo is playing a zone offense right now. What are your thoughts on the zone offense and man-to-man? What do you think actually works better? Do you think it's like based on the team? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely based off the skill set for Solano. They've shown in the first quarter they had the ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter. So instead of being man-to-man and losing the person you're guarding on man-to-man, just having a zone and just kind of fading to the shooters, that's what you want a zone defense for. But the downside of that is what Miranda Holman just did. Offensive rebounds are wide open. If you're a big for Solano, you want to cut to the basket. If the ball is missed, then it's an easy offensive rebound just because all the players are stuck in those zones. Because Solano has 4 players surrounding the 3-point line, Cabrillo will answer that with 4 people on their zone defense around. So only one person guarding the paint. People like Miranda Holman, Linnea Adams, they can feast on the offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they're cycling it around. Jones over to Ding Lawson. Not a lot of movement. Adams makes a post move, throws it up, and hits the layup. Nice finish there by Linnea Adams. Yeah, that offensive possession, Matt Borcher, the coach, he was a little upset there with his offense. It was a little stagnant. They weren't moving too much without the ball. That's the way that a zone defense wants you to do.
Yeah.
They just kind of want you to pass it around and jack up a 3 when the shot clock's running down.
Yeah. But Linnea took her advantage because she saw that number 34, Margie Howard, she didn't even go in. She didn't even try to box her out. She just kind of let her in there.
Yeah. And she made a nice post move, was fouled as a timeout is going to be called with 5:56 left in the second quarter. Solano with an 18-point lead.
Wow, 18 points.
Yeah. And so I think at this time we'll do a pause for a little station identification. You are watching the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Brian Nelson, alongside my broadcast partner, McKenna Guerrero. You can watch all of our broadcasts on Channel 28 in Fairfield Think TV, as well as Facebook.com/Solano College Sports Network, as well as, what's the other one?
Our YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Thank you, partner, for that save. You see, I assisted it. You finished it. YouTube.com/Solano College Sports Network, as well as follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SCC_Falcons. So this 18-point ball game has really been something that Solano can build on. They had a double-digit lead and have built upon that so far in this second quarter. What do you think is the reason behind Solano gaining that advantage?
One thing I have to say is they're conditioned. And like you were saying that Matt Borchers, he influences that, and he influences the heart and how important it is. And you can tell just right off the bat. You look at Cabrillo and you look at Solano, and there's a world of a difference.
As Linnea Adams will go to the free throw line. She is a 50% free throw shooter, averaging 6.5 points per game on this young season. And she nails that free throw, so a 3-point play there by Linnea Adams.
And after the interviews yesterday, after talking to, they're all basically freshmen except two. It was really nice to see how much leadership they had in themselves, and that's really important.
As Cassandra Jones is fouled, trying to bring that ball out. Number 12, Kamisa Camposti fouled her.
And another thing, when you play basketball, you usually, when you're younger, you play for like 20 different teams, and from each coach you learn something different, and then from them all to be brought together and be able to, cling together and just play well together, it just says a lot about their character, their motivation, and just how determined they are to do well this season.
As Rocha hits that 3-point shot, you got to find her in transition. Solano kind of lost sight of Rocha, the leading scorer for Cabrillo. As Linnea Adams in the post kicks it out to Cassandra Jones in the corner for three, rattles out, follows her own miss, and kicks it out to Tresnewski. Opposite corner for Cassandra Jones. Holman back to Tresnewski. Gonna kick it to the corner. Holman up top. That pass was telegraphed and Rocha got a hand on it, but Solano was very lucky that they didn't steal that ball.
I like how after Cassandra shoots it, she follows her shot and she gets her own offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's has to be a handful of times so far in this first half where the Solano shooter missed a 3-point shot but got her own rebound, because that's just hustle. And Linnea Adams out to Tresnewski. Pump fakes, drives, tries to flip it up with her left hand, just off the bottom of the rim.
She's a quick one, though.
Yeah, she's nifty around the rim. She feels pretty comfortable switching hands on the drive and is a creative finisher. That one just was a little too short, as Rocha for three, air ball. Miranda Holman rebounds and pushes the ball. Kicks it to Tresnewski, who's going to kick it to the corner. Pump fake, Tresnewski, Holman. Into the post to Linnea Adams, back out to Tresnewski. Holman surveying the zone defense. Steal by Rocha, who's kind of got a hang of the Solano passing lanes as she lays the ball up and in. So she just tipped that ball as Cassandra Jones going to go out of bounds. So Cabrillo playing much better after that timeout. They cut the deficit by 4 points so far, but just off of that timeout, you see a better hustle from the Seahawks.
Yeah, I definitely see a better hustle.
And Rocha, whose offensive numbers have astounded us during our pre-preparation for this game. But
I didn't expect anything less from her.
But I was going to compliment her defense on the zone defense. She kind of gets a rhythm of the passing them around the three-point line, has gotten in the way on the last two possessions. As Cabrillo misses that shot, Tresnewski, Holman in the corner for three, too short, rebound, up and in by Gilliard.
Yeah, Madison Rocha is definitely an all-around player, because sometimes in basketball you're an offensive player or a defensive player. A lot of great defensive players cannot make a shot for their life.
Yeah, just watch the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a lot of great defensive players, not a lot of great shooters. As that three-point shot is missed, Miranda Holman with yet another tough rebound. Out to Tresnewski, who's going to push it up the court. Jones in the corner, pump fakes, drive to her right. Out to Tresnewski, sets her feet for three. Just short. Probably a step out of her range. If she took a step in, that probably would have gone in. Adams is going to take a turn, trying to guard Rocha. The pick is too long as Holman has a wide open lane for the layup, and she lays it up and in. So great defense there on the pick and roll. Rocha just out of the reach of Tori Barnes, and Miranda Holman picks that ball off and gets 2 points.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Miranda Holman.
Yeah, her energy is something that has been a carryover from last year. Really, she had bright spots later in the season. Early on, she was more of a backup to Laura Lawson, but as the season progressed, she got more playing time. She eventually started a couple games for Solano, and that progress has carried over into this 2015-2016 season.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that she trained off season.
And she's added a perimeter shot as well. She's attempted a couple three-point shots, and that's something that Solano's bigs really haven't done in the last couple seasons. Laura Lawson wasn't a three-point shooter. She was mainly around the rim getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. But Christian Voiles has shot a couple threes, made the one from the top of the key, as well as Miranda Holman attempting three-point shots. So that's something that stretches the defense.
So was Audrey last season the only real three-point shooter then?
No. There was a girl, Nikki Andaya, that was a point guard. We called them the Splash Sisters. that was my invention. With the Warriors' success, they had two really prolific three-point shooters. Audrey was probably the better one, three-point percentage-wise, but Nikki had the prettiest one. Hers had an arc to it that every time she shot it, it was just like, whoa.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a pretty shot. As that shot by Howard is good. So 2-point shot there by Margie Howard. As Bader checks in the game. Alex Bader. She's directing traffic. She wants Gilliard to stay in the corner. As Holman going to take the ball off the dribble, kicks it out to Gilliard. Thought about the three. Has Bader on a cut if she can find her. Bader gathers the ball. 4 seconds left. Gilliard pump fake. Takes a step in and is just long. Bader with offensive rebound and good. So the offensive rebounds really have hurt Cabrillo so far in this first half. As Rocha passes into Margie Howard. Hands it off to Rocha. Drives to her right. Going to flip it up. And just short. Rebound by Gilliard. Pushes it to Bader. She dribbles, loses the dribble. Foul on number 50, Amber Martinez. And that was a little lack of discipline there by Cabrillo. They had her trapped with two players and the half-court line. If they were just disciplined on defense, they could have gotten a turnover, but a little overzealous there, and they called a foul on Amber Martinez. As an important development, Madison Rocha is actually on the bench right now for Cabrillo. So
she just definitely needs to take a little rest.
Yeah. You talk about conditioning.
Yeah.
As Miranda Holman for three. We talked about that as well. Foot on the line, so only 2 points there. But that perimeter shot from Miranda Holman is something that she's added in the offseason. As that drive, try to pass it off to Howard in, is missed as Holman is tripped, but gets it over to Gilliard as she pushes into the half court. Bader up top. Back to Gilliard. Voiles, nice pass, Holman. Her feet started going before she dribbled the ball, so that's a travel.
One thing I would actually like to see from the Lady Seahawks is a little bit more aggressiveness on defense. I think they need to get in there a little bit more.
Yeah, their zone is passive, to say the least. It's just they stay in front of the player so they don't drive by them, but they don't really push the envelope, so to speak. They're not up in the Falcons' faces.
They're not up in their face, no.
And with perimeter shooters, that's the way to kind of get them discomfort, is to put pressure up in their face so they don't have any room to shoot the deep ball, as that shot is good by Brooke Estrada.
And another thing that I think Cabrillo should do when they're playing zone is be a little bit more vocal. I mean, when Cassandra has the ball, get in her face, be like, ball, 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 ball.
As Bader shoots the three, long, Gilliard with the rebound. Cassandra Jones for three, and that is off as well, but Miranda Holman with another rebound. Jones over to Gilliard, trying to run a play as Bader passes it long to Cassandra Jones. Gilliard is wide open under the rim, scramble for the ball, Going to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow is in favor of Cabrillo, so Cabrillo will take possession.
Another thing that I have recognized about Miranda Holman, she's very aggressive.
Yeah, that's something that is kind of taught and instilled at Solano. There's a lot of aggression and a lot of tenacity on the rebounding end of things, because that's the way to really make a difference when skill sets are similar. Really, effort is the thing that really makes you stand out from your opponent. As a pump fake there by Camposti, drives past Holman. Great finish there by Camisa Camposti. As Bader finds Gilliard. Going to dribble in and stolen by Howard. Camposti telegraphed that pass. Bader saves it in the Voiles. Gathers it. Bounce pass off of the shoulder of Gilliard. So opportunity missed there by Solano's defense. Solano's offense. As a whole host of Falcons are checking into the ball game, as Mariel Ding-Lawson, as well as Linnea Adams and Olivia Tresnewski checking in the ball game for the last 42 seconds and counting. 15-point ball game. As Camposti throws it over to Estrada. Going to find Rickard. Tipped. Tresnewski. She's pushing the ball. Almost finished that layup. But again, Tresnewski, she knows what to do when it comes to the open court and laying the ball up and in. That was just a little too much English there. Couldn't roll that ball in there.
But like I said, she's pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely an aspect that really would benefit Solano is the speed of Tresnewski. Just because there's so many outside threats on the perimeter, to have somebody that can drive the ball and create for herself on layups, but as well as draw the defense in to kick out for an even more wide open three. I think Tresnewski's skill set really fits in well with this Falcon offense.
Yeah, I was watching her footwork too, and that's something that's really important in basketball as well.
And they're going to call an off-the-ball foul on Linnea Adams on that block out on that free throw attempt. So 23 seconds left. They're going to call timeout, try and draw something up. But this second quarter really has gone back and forth so far.
Solano is still in the lead.
Yeah, Solano was up 18. Cabrillo cut that a little bit, but Solano has maintained the pace and kept the lead. Right now it's at 17 with 23 seconds left.
I know we still have another half. I'm excited to see what next half has to bring to us, because during halftime, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we, again, referenced the basketball game for the men a couple weeks ago. They were down double digits. They forced overtime, and then they forced double overtime. As Rocha, a little overzealous by Solano. They try to trap her, but they're able to pin her in the corner. They gives it over to Rickard. Rocha, they wanted to swarm Rocha, give her no room to dribble or make a play. Estrada, 7 seconds left. 5. Estrada over to Cabinlet. 2 seconds left. Rickard with a bailout shot, and it is no good. So good defense there over the last 23 seconds for Solano. And Solano will go into halftime with a 17-point lead. So, McKenna, what are your thoughts on this first half?
Of course, we're looking at the Lady Seahawks. Number 10, Madison Rocha. I'm not surprised about how well she's done so far in this game. They may be losing, but she's still had a great game so far. Miranda Holman, I'm really impressed with her on the Lady Falcons. She's aggressive. She's doing great on offense. She's driving hard to the paint anytime she's getting the ball. And Cassandra Jones, I'm not really surprised because, like you said, her and Audrey have similar techniques. She got her first free throw shot for the night. What are your thoughts so far, Brian?
I think the big thing is that this is a Matt Borcher team. The thing about having new players in, only having Miranda Holman back from last year's squad, the question I had in my mind was, would this team look like the teams that have had success in the BVC in the past? And really, they have. They've shown a lot of tenacity, a lot of aggressiveness on the defensive end, and I think that translates to success in the Bay Valley Conference. So it's no wonder that Solano will enter halftime with this 17-point lead, and we'll have the second half right after this message.
Hi, everybody. Greg Poff here in the Solano College Sports Network studios to tell you about a great opportunity here at Solano, where we're the only community college in the nation to have our own sports broadcasting program. So if you're interested in a career in sports broadcasting, Solano Community College is the place for you. And we offer students training in all aspects of sports broadcasting, whether it's behind the microphone, behind the camera, or learning to operate our state-of-the-art production equipment in our newly renovated television studio, or out in the field covering an actual live sports event for Solano Community College. At SCC, our sports broadcasting program is responsible for providing broadcasts of Solano sports teams and creating sports shows to be telecast on Fairfield's cable access Channel 28, as well as webcasts on our YouTube station at Solano College Sports Network. So if you're interested in taking one of our sports broadcasting courses, you will find them listed under Communication Studies in the SCC schedule of classes each and every semester. So come on over, check us out in our TV studio in room 121 on the main campus, where here at Solano Community College, it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Surveys the defense with 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Solano had the ball and missed their first shot. Was rebounded by Cabrillo. So Camposti shoots a left-handed layup short. The follow is short as well. Miranda Holman with yet another rebound. She pushes the ball up the court herself as Marielle Ding-Lawson passes it to Voiles. Back to Ding-Lawson. Bader. Back to Voiles. Bounce pass to Jones. Out to Holman. Voiles from the top for three. Off to the right. And rebounded by Tori Barnes. Pushing it to Amber Martinez. Back to Camposti, who is guarded by Marielle Ding-Lawson.
Looks like they're waiting for Madison Rocha just became open.
And she's guarded by the bigger Miranda Holman as Martinez looks at her feet and hits the three. So a wide open shot from Martinez. She's able to hit that three-point shot.
And that's her first three for the night, isn't it?
I believe so. And good fundamentals by setting her feet, looking down, make sure she was behind that line. And
that was perfect for her.
yeah, that was a good rhythm three for Martinez. The first score of this first half. The second half,
Yes.
excuse me. Yeah. Holman for three, short. Try to follow her rebound, but Camposti rebounds it. And she pushes to her right, stops, hands it off. Nice assist to Emily Braga.
Man, you know what? I'm seeing definitely a lot more hustle from the Lady Seahawks so far in this half.
Yeah, we asked for that in the first half from the Seahawk defense, as that three is short. Rebounded. Out of bounds. Nice effort, though, by Tori Barnes trying to get that ball before it rolled out of bounds. But it actually hit her leg when she tried to throw it back to her teammate.
Hey, but she was hustling, though.
Yeah, just a different energy level from Cabrillo in the second half so far. See if Solano can weather the storm, so to speak. As Matt Borchert calls a timeout early on, and he
does not look happy.
Yeah, he notices, I think, what we do, and that Cabrillo's come out with a different intensity. And I don't know if Solano was necessarily anticipating something like that in the second half so far. They've cut the lead to 12 points after that 17-point halftime lead.
Yeah, you can hear Matt Borchert just talking about their attitude and their Cabrillo's attitude.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish Matt Borchert could do, is if we could do like a mic'd up segment and get a mic on Coach Borchert. That'd be some interesting, entertaining television, I would say. So they inbound the ball to Alex Bader. Jones back to Bader for 3. She's wide open, and she hits it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and that's something that she didn't really do in the second quarter, but that first quarter, Alex Bader hit 3 big shots, and she is in double figures now with 11 as they foul Cabrillo on that layup attempt.
I loved her nice little follow through.
Yeah, she held that position. I think she knew what was in as soon as she left her
I'm
hand.
sure.
And so Cabrillo will now take a timeout. So dueling timeouts from both coaches. I think both coaches kind of sense that this beginning of the third quarter is really going to determine whether Cabrillo makes this a ball game. Because if Solano can extend this lead into the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, I think Solano can be a little bit more comfortable and kind of gain the confidence that we kind of have this in the bag. But if Cabrillo makes a run and cuts this to single digits, I think this is a whole new ball game.
Yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And I think that's what both coaches are preaching to their girls. As Tori Barnes will go to the line.
There's a lot of game left.
Yeah, I believe she is perfect so far on the year from the free throw line.
Oh, here, do we have another
Oh,
jinx coming?
jeez, I didn't even think about that. The first half seemed so long ago that.
Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe it was me then.
I'm brushing off my shoulders real
stop.
quick. Yeah. Hey, there's still a second one for Tori Barnes.
True. You know what?
And she
Maybe
nails the
it
second
was
one.
me.
Yeah. As Bader pushes the ball up. Over to Holman. She traveled because she shuffled her feet. She wanted just to step in.
It was just like a little stutter step.
Yeah. I think that was just to gain her rhythm a little bit. It's really difficult to be in transition and kind of just stop and pop for a 3.
Yeah.
The pros make it look really easy to just kind of have that athleticism to stop on a dime, go straight up, and keep your form.
Yeah, I think she was kind of aiming for a jump shot, but it just kind of like turned into a little stutter step.
Yeah, I think she was just going a little too fast for her to stop and just kind of go up for that jump shot.
But when you have all that adrenaline in you, you just kind of, that just happens sometimes.
She was feeling it. She wanted a 3-point shot. As Gilliard checks into the game for the Falcons. Got a nice first half as well off the bench. As Rocha going to be picked up by 2 Lady Falcons. Dumps it into the post. Braga with the hook shot. Long. Bounces off the leg of a Falcon. And they are checking on Madison Rocha. Probably took a shot there on the double team.
Looks like she's touching her eye? Or
yeah, her face. Probably maybe got an elbow incidentally.
Oh, yeah.
When you have the length of Linnea Adams and Miranda Holman, sometimes when they get their arms up, it just kind of clips you and you don't even realize. And so they'll check on Rocha on the bench as they substitute for her. Brooke Estrada checking into the game. Just get Madison a little composure. Because she's definitely feeling the effects on the bench based off her body language. Her coach is blocking her on.
It's her eye because she keeps fanning her eye and she.
Yeah, she has a
maybe
water
she
ball
got
on.
poked in the eye or something.
Yeah, and there's a great shot there by Leo, our cameraman on that side of the court. So we hope Rocha is okay. As Estrada dribbles, hands it off to Braga. She dribbles to her left. A little wild there on the layup attempt as Holman corrals that rebound, pushing it up the court to Cassandra Jones. As Bader swings it around to Holman. Back to Gilliard. Into Jones in the post, and she is fouled by Tori Barnes on the catch. And so this 13-point ball game, Alex Bader will take the ball out. As you get a look at Gilliard. Pre-play, and nice inbound play to Linnea Adams. Cabrillo is caught looking at Gilliard on the wing, and Linnea just sneaked under the basket for that layup. And Camposti with a speed dribble. Rebounded by Linnea Adams. She pushes it herself. And dribbles back out to Gilliard. Good defense by Martinez to cut off the passing lane. As Holman directing traffic. Bader cross court. Yeah. As Adams for 3.
Oh, so close.
Just short, but again, Bader on the offensive boards with the putback. Solano's got to be closing in on double digits when it comes to second chance points when it comes to those layups off of offensive rebounds. As Rocha will check back into the game. That's important for Cabrillo.
Oh, yeah. If Cabrillo wants to stay in this game, they're going to have Rocha in.
Yeah, her offense, the threat, and her defense, again, in that first half was
exactly. I
very
mean, you
good.
never want to single someone out and say that they're the team, but she definitely leads the team.
And, again, passing lane. Rocha tips the ball out of bounds. As Solano will take the ball out with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones thought about it, takes a step in, and just short, rims it out. But Linnea Adams with the offensive board. Jones back to Bader. She's going to direct traffic. Miranda Hellman go to the left. Jones into the corner for Gilliard, wide open for three, and she is short on that three-point attempt. Rebound, Tori Barnes. Barnes pushing the ball up. Passing it over to Camposti.
I think Linnea and Miranda Holman have had the most offensive and defensive rebounds this game so far.
Yeah, their activity really has gotten Cabrillo. It's two different things. Cabrillo doesn't get second chance opportunities, and Solano does get those opportunities. So that really has benefited Solano to get this double-digit lead so far.
But it's because Solano goes for it.
Yeah. I think that's the Solano intensity the whole game, and Cabrillo kind of brought it so far in this third quarter. That has separated them as Barnes too long, and Adams saves that ball into Tresnewski, who is just speeding into the half court. Cross court pass to Cassandra Jones for three, and she hits another three-point shot. So Cassandra Jones with her second three-point bucket and pushes it to a 20-point lead. Rocha, nice bounce pass, but cannot be finished by Margie Howard. Again, Holman with another rebound. If she gets a couple more buckets, then she'll be in double-double territory. As Cassandra Jones back out to Bader. Tresnewski into Holman. Nice catch and shoot. Falls her own rebound. Linnea Adams. Cassandra Jones thought she was going to shoot it because she's a little open. Tresnewski shoots it for three, and she nails it. The bench with their arms up, they knew what was happening as Tresnewski and Jones hit back-to-back three-point shots for a 23-point lead for Solano.
See, that's what I love about this Solano team so far. They take their chances. Number 2 on Cabrillo, Tori Barnes, in the second to last offensive possession that she had, she was wide open. She took the jump shot. She could have easily went up for the layup, but she
settled for the jump shot. And
that's one thing you can't do. You can't settle.
Yeah.
You just got to go for it.
Yeah, Solano's aggressiveness has paid off so far. Cabrillo started the second half with that intensity.
I know. I was getting really excited. I was like, okay, we got a really good game going.
But I think that Rocha injury kind of deflated them a little bit. I think they're a little concerned for their teammate. Yeah. Kind of thrown off their focus a little bit. And it's just been a different rhythm ever since Rocha sat down with that facial injury.
Everyone's attitude is always reflected on the leadership. That's one thing that just always happens. If their leader is down, then I don't know why, but everyone's attitude seems to go down.
Did you read that off a book or something, or did you just come up with that?
No, it was in Remember the Titans.
Okay. I was about to say, that was very eloquent that you just thought of that.
I love that movie.
Does that attitude reflect leadership?
Yes,
okay.
Captain.
Yeah, Captain. Can you name the actor who said that? Do you know his name?
No, but his name was Julius Campbell in Remember the Titans.
I think his name was Wood Harris. He was like The Wire, things like that.
He was talking to Gary Boutier.
Mm-hmm. Great sports movie.
Yeah.
As Camposti with the drive, didn't get the right angle on that layup attempt, and Tresnewski is going to dribble, but Camposti hustles back on defense, cutting her off at the pass as Bader. She's doing a great job of leading this half-court set, kind of directing where players should go. As Holman misses that baseline jumper, Linnea Adams will be called for the loose ball foul, but good hustle there by Adams. As substitutions in for Cabrillo is Brooke Estrada, as well as Hunter Rickard.
Linnea's had a couple fouls so far this game, though.
Yeah, that's something that kind of comes at a price with playing so aggressive, is that foul trouble can occur, especially with the bigs of Solano.
But then when it comes down to it, you have to be smart because, I mean, once you get the 5 foul, you're done.
Yeah.
You can't come back.
As Hunter Rickard hit that layup. Tresnewski handling the ball. Bader back to Tresnewski. Over to Cassandra Jones. And Coach Borchert doesn't like what he sees in that half-court set, so he'll call another timeout. And you can kind of see the intensity when it comes to Matt Borchert when it comes to his timeouts. If his girls aren't playing up to his standard, he has no problem calling a timeout and kind of directing them to bring a little energy into their offensive set.
You wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Yeah, right now he's talking to his girls. And next to him is actually one of the alumni, Nicole White. She was a backup point guard a couple years ago. And her teammate, Taylor Hamilton, actually had an excellent game for her college. Tell us a little bit about what Taylor Hamilton did.
So Taylor Hamilton is a point guard. She plays for the Lady of the Lakes. And in her last game, she scored a school record of 33 points. That's amazing.
Yeah, if you had a chance to watch Taylor Hamilton, she was a point guard that did everything. She could score anytime she wanted to, but the thing that was so impressive about her point guard skills is that she was pass first. So she set up all her teammates, Denisha Lundy, Ariel Clay, as well as Nicole White, who was her backup point guard. They all benefited from Taylor's unselfishness, and it's great to see her have success at the 4-year level. That's what you like to see from Solano alumni.
Yeah, that's awesome. Playing as a team is so important.
As Alex Bader looks to inbound the ball, passes it into Linnea Adams, tipped by Hunter Rickard. Over to Holman. Thought about the shot. Great defense there as they scramble on the court. And the possession arrow is in Cabrillo's favor. I'm not sure if they didn't reset it once they flipped sides, but I believe the last time they had a jump ball, it was Cabrillo ball.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be technically Solano ball, but that's either here nor there. As Cabrillo pushes the ball into the front court. Good defense by Miranda Holman. The ball is loose on the court. Dive on the court is Linnea Adams. Holman gathers the ball.
It was Holman, then Linnea, then Holman.
Yeah, just on the floor. Just that extra effort to gain an extra possession. That's something that you got to love to see if you're a Solano fan. As Alex Bader dribbles to her left. Good defense by Rocha. And they're going to call a foul on the reach-in. I'm not a fan of people that just kind of just reach in. Yeah, it's just kind of lazy defense. You don't want to.
It's kind of like just slapping. You know, if you're getting in a fight, why are you going to slap somebody? That's just no.
Oh, okay. So you're asking them to punch the ball out?
Yes.
Use a closed fist.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go for it, go for it.
Yeah, street justice by McKenna Guerrero. As Alex Bader going to dribble the ball out. Christian Voiles checked back into the ball game for Miranda Holman, giving her a break. As Linnea Adams can be covered on the zone defense. She forces the ball up, and she's going to get a foul called on Margie Howard on that shot attempt. So nice aggression there from Linnea Adams getting to the foul line.
That's one thing that I noticed about Linnea. When you have the ball and you're going to go up for a layup or just for a shot, you got to know how to get your defender to foul you.
Yeah, that's a skill, really, rather than just luck. To be able to.
And it's not about faking it out, making it a big deal, but just knowing how your defender is, actually.
Yeah, and where their space, they are in proximity to you to draw a foul. And something that Tresnewski did is to get the contact and finish the bucket to get a three-point play, possibly.
Exactly.
As Rocha drives on Bader. Nice floater. Madison Rocha.
We were talking about the selfishness thing. I don't think Rocha is selfish at all. I think she I think her team knows too. She's the one that's going to get it in the paint.
Yeah, when you have a player like Rocha, it's kind of easy to kind of lean on that person, but sometimes that's necessary in basketball. When you have a player that can do pretty much everything we've seen on the basketball court, she can dribble, she can pass, she can shoot, she can play defense. When you have a solid player like that, as she gets the assist on Brooke Estrada's jumper, you kind of lean on that person, and there's nothing wrong with that. As Tresnewski dribbles the ball up, guarded by Rocha. as they dribble the ball out to Marielle Ding-Lawson. As Christian Voiles passes it out to Youngson. They hit the shot. So a 20-point ball game with 50 seconds left. Tough defense. Tresnewski, they tipped the ball out of bounds, but it will still be Cabrillo ball. But important to look at the shot clock. 22 seconds left. So have to get the ball over the half-court line in 2 seconds. Otherwise, it's a turnover. Rocha. Again, I was a little clairvoyant there as they took too long to dribble into the half court.
See, that's just one thing. They're just simple mistakes that they cannot afford right now.
Yeah, that's just being aware of the clock and where you are on the court. As Coach Borchert calls out the play. 37 seconds left. Tresnewski is fouled by Rocha, trying to steal the ball away. So they'll reset the shot clock. 36 seconds on the game, 30 on the shot clock. So Solano will have one more possession as well as Cabrillo if there's no turnovers.
You know, it may be a 20-point lead, but we still got a whole nother quarter. A lot can happen.
Yeah, a lot can happen. As Tresnewski dribbles the ball past Rocha, passes it out, and the ball hits out of bounds. So it's a turnover for Cabrillo. They can hold on for the last shot if they're able to get it into the half court with Solano's full court defense.
And it looks like Tiongson, number 22 on the Solano Falcons, she hasn't played very much.
As Cabinlet passes over. Nice play by Tresnewski.
Ooh, I'm liking that aggression.
Yeah, as she goes to the floor. You talked about Tiongson not really been part of the rotation so much. She had a couple minutes here or there, but we haven't really called her name so far. But that effort on the loose ball really was something that Coach Borchert has to like to see. Has 21 seconds left. Tresnewski dribbles past Rocha. Over to Gilliard. Gilliard is going to be called for the travel. So nice defense by Hunter Rickard to force that turnover. So this last 40 seconds, a lot of turnovers from both sides. So good defense. As you see, head trainer Allison Aubert, who recently got inducted to the Solano College Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Allison. As 8 seconds left, dribbles the ball up the court. Estrada, nice play by Tresnewski to strip the ball. 2 seconds left. One, Tiongson shoots the ball. I don't think that would have counted, but it hits off the backboard, and this third quarter is over, so it is a 20-point lead for Solano. And really the story of the third quarter was the early surge by Cabrillo, but Solano maintained their composure. And what was behind that, do you think, that Solano was able to maintain their intensity once Cabrillo made their run?
I think it has a lot to do with what Matt Borchers institutionalizes in them about their heart and just what it takes to be a Solano Falcon. I mean, as you said in the past, he doesn't expect anything less. And having this team being a new team, I think it's great, and it makes you want to watch them. There's some teams that, you know, you watch them and they're not very exciting, but this Solano Falcon team is really exciting to watch.
Yeah, Coach Borchert really is a great motivator of just people in general, and you just see the way he demonstrates like his gestures, and there's his daughter there. So great shot there by Harry. Good job, Harry. On the shot of Coach Borchert's family. Fun fact, his oldest daughter was in my mom's daycare.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so my mom potty trained Matt Borchert's daughter.
Oh, my God.
So
small world.
So fun fact.
Fun fact for the night.
As this third quarter timeout will start winding down, and we'll get into the fourth quarter with a 20-point lead.
Do you think that Cabrillo is going to come out with the same intensity they did at the start of the third quarter, or do you think it's just going to be all Solano?
Yeah, I think that Cabrillo will make an initial surge because they had a time for the coach to kind of instill them, to remind them, hey, look, this is still doable. Like, it's going to be very difficult to overcome 20 points in 10 minutes, but stranger things have happened in community college sports, so you can't just give up effort just because you're down on the scoreboard. You have to kind of instill in your players that no matter what the score is, you have to come with the same intensity. That's something that Matt Borchert does when he's up 20, when he's down 20, even though he's not down 20 very much. He he instills the same mentality no matter what.
Last season, did they ever lose? I mean, like a bad loss.
I can't remember. I think they lost one of the last games against Laney. Laney had a really, really tough defense, and they just couldn't get the ball in the bucket. But that didn't deter any of their heart. Really, they had a short run where Audrey Jones started hitting some three-point shots that kind of got them in the ball game. But pretty much it was all Laney in that game. But you don't see an effort problem when it comes to the Falcons, as Jones follows her three-point shot and misses, as Emily Braga with a rebound. Passing it over to Rocha. Dribbles to her left, scoops it up, just out, as again Miranda Holman with another tough rebound. Outlet pass to Bader. Bader has numbers. Jones sets her feet for three. Short. Bader again with the offensive rebound, and just great play by Alexandra Bader.
I love that how they all follow each other's shot.
Yeah, it's not just one person, not the person who just shoots the ball. It's all five players being aware, hey, this ball isn't necessarily going to go in, so I need to put in a maximum effort to try and help my team be on top. As that ball is out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul, a loose ball foul. Not sure who exactly it was on. As they inbound the ball into the post. Good defense there by Jones, but the ball hit the out-of-bounds end line. So Cabrillo will keep the ball. As Camisa Camposti is going to inbound the ball. Finds Martinez, who dribbles past Holman and lays it up and in. That's a difficult assignment for Miranda Holman, being a center, to be out in the perimeter trying to guard a smaller player. She did a good job trying to stay in front of her, but it was just a great individual play by Martinez. As Jones passes it over. Layup is too strong, but Christian Voiles is fouled on that rebound. Mariel Ding-Lawson just a little too strong, but Voiles is actually going to be called for the foul. I thought she had a pretty good position, and Cabrillo was holding her, but I guess the refs saw differently. So inbound Braga. Camposti on the tough defense.
Oh,
they're going to call an offensive foul. Yeah, Mariel Ding-Lawson, good job of shifting her feet. See, that's good defense. Not kind of just swiping down, trying to hope for a steal. It's you got to be athletic. You have to stay in front of the person you're guarding and just keep good position. That was a good demonstration there by Mariel Ding-Lawson, who hasn't really been active on the scoring end of things, but it's things like that that are...
Yeah, you can tell she's feisty.
Yeah, that's the reason why Matt Borchert started her in this game. I think this is a game that's important because the starting lineup really hasn't been set in stone. A lot of players have gotten opportunities to start, and Matt is just kind of finding the best lineup possible, as, again, Bader with another shot made. You got to think Alexandra Bader is a player that quite possibly could be our Best Buy player of the game, and we'll have an interview with Melanie Fuller for the Best Buy player of the game once this game is wrapped up, because it is a 20-point ball game still, as Bader dribbles the ball up the court. Layup is too short, but she was fouled on that layup attempt.
I am very impressed with her ball handling skills, though.
Yeah, she's been a pleasant surprise as a sophomore. She hasn't been in the Solano system. I haven't seen her in the 2 years I've been here, but she's done a good job ball handling, of communicating on the offensive end. We've seen many times she's directing traffic, telling players to go on the opposite side to kind of free up the spacing if they're getting too clogged. So good leadership there by the sophomore point guard.
Yeah, I definitely want to find out where she played before, or if she even played when she was a freshman.
Yeah. So you hear that, Melanie? It's a possible question for you. As Rocha dribbles, being guarded by Bader. Camposti dribbles past a couple Falcon defenders, floats it too strong. Bader with the rebound, pushes it up Doesn't have the numbers, though. Rocha got back on defense. Holman, nice move to get around Camposti and puts it up and in.
Bader saw Holman open, and she took a chance on her, and you know what? She got the points.
Yeah, and good individual play by Holman. She had a defender right in front of her. She just kind of picked up her arms, dribbled right past her, and was wide open under the basket as Holman gets another rebound, pushes it herself, passes it to Bader. Bader stops, kicks it to the corner for three, just in and out as Holman tips the ball, but it's knocked out of her hands by Braga, and it will stay Solano ball. But Ding Lawson just a couple centimeters off, and it just rattled out. She's had a couple shots like that so far in the fourth quarter.
I know, she just got robbed.
Yeah, sometimes the ball doesn't bounce in your favor, but that's basketball, right?
Yeah, it is
You
true.
just have bad shooting nights sometimes. But what I like is that doesn't deter her from taking the good shot. Like, that is the good shot to take in that offense. You had a wide open corner three. If you don't have the confidence to take that shot, then you probably shouldn't be on the court, to be really honest. So, Ding Lawson, is going to foul the ball handler, Camposti. Camposti has 5 seconds to dribble it, and she does pass the half-court line. Hands it off to Rocha. And she's double-teamed and steps out of bounds. So, again, good on-ball defense by Ding Lawson to take that double team and join in with Bader to trap Rocha in the corner. And that's something that, and remember in the first half where Cabrillo double-teamed Solano at the half-court line and they fouled her, they kind of bailed her out. That was something that Solano didn't do. They had her pinned 2 players in on the sideline. If you just stay there, essentially, and don't move, the only way that Cabrillo could get out of that double team is to step out of bounds, and you get a turnover. As Bader gets the ball, as Rocha tries to steal it away. They have numbers if they push. Tresnewski tries to lay it up and in, but Adams with the rebound, throws it up. Gilliard now with the offensive rebound. Just can't put the ball in the bucket as Camposti passes it to Bader. Over to Martinez. Nice find there as Camposti steps into that jumper too strong. Ball ricochets out of bounds off of Cabrillo.
It's going to be Solano ball.
With a 23-point ball game with 6:07 left. And Bader has numbers if they hurry. It's interesting. Gilliard for three. I was going to say it was interesting that every time Cabrillo pushes the ball, as Borcher calls a timeout, every time Solano pushes the ball, Rocha tries to steal the ball from the ball handler, Bader, but she hasn't so far gotten any steals out of it.
No.
And what ends up happening is Solano has a mini 5-on-4 fast break if they push. And that's something that Cabrillo, I'm not sure if they like the aggressiveness or not, but it is what it is, I guess.
I mean, if I was Cabrillo, I would maybe double team her.
Yeah, Bader. Yeah, Bader's really been their version of Rocha, honestly, to be the creator of the offense, to be the primary ball handler, score a lot of points. Bader hasn't had the numbers that Rocha does coming into the ball game with just 4.5 points per game. She's definitely shown that she has the ability to put up a lot more than that.
Yeah. But watching Bader and then watching Rocha play, Bader is more aggressive when when she's driving, though.
Yeah, she's a bigger guard. She's not. There's a lot of smaller guards on Solano, so Bader has the size to kind of take.
But she uses her body.
Yeah, exactly, to shield the ball so nobody steals the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Get any hands in there to poke the ball away.
But watching Rocha dribble, it's just like, or going down the court, it's just like nothing to her. It just looks like nothing.
And speaking of nothing, is Cassandra Jones hits a three like it's nothing, because that's what Jones sisters do. They just hit threes. As a cross-court pass to Martinez in the corner, sets her feet, and she hits a three.
Something must be in the air right now.
Yeah,
2 threes in a row.
Yeah, Martinez hit that three earlier in that third quarter as Linnea Adams tries a little turnaround jumper. And she is not able to hit it as Camposti dribbles the ball into the front court. Pass it over to Martinez. Double team. Drives past the double team. Up and just out.
Yeah, Solano got lucky that Martinez did not hit that.
Yeah, she had the space. It was just a little too strong.
She had the total opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just off the backboard. It's just the wrong angle. That's something that is just a little difficult.
Gonna aim for the top of the square.
Yes, that's something I never figured out in basketball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm just so short that like I just throw the ball up at the backboard and just kind of hope it bounces in. But I don't know angles. I don't have enough.
Wait, Brian, can you ball?
No. No, that's why I'm up here talking about basketball and not playing basketball.
I want to see that, though.
As the three-point by Bader is no good. Rebound by Gilliard. Notice how I'm not talking about my basketball skills because that is not warranted on this broadcast, as Gilliard misses that shot and it's going to go to Cabrillo. I played basketball here at Solano for the classes when I was in high school. My high school, I was in the IB program, so I couldn't take PE at my school, so I came here and I took basketball classes during my Saturdays for 3 hours.
Nice.
Those wore me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first day I was done after the 3 hours. I got in my car to drive home. When I got out of my car, all my muscles were just like so tired.
I bet your calves are probably tight.
It was just like every single movement was just like painful to try and walk from my car to my house.
Did you guys have to do suicides?
No, we didn't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't a team. It was just a class. So we just played games.
Little pickup games.
Yeah, it was like pickup games for the last hour. The first two were like warm-ups and drills, stuff like that. As Tresnewski bounces it to Gilliard, who double clutches because of the nice defense. Great play by Holman to save the ball. So Solano, with 2 seconds left, they need to shoot the ball. Gilliard, too strong. I think Bader didn't realize that the ball never hit the rim, so the shot clock never reset. But it's still a 23-point ball game with 3:35 left and counting. As a double team, Cabrillo. Camposti is fouled in the post. So she'll shoot a 1-and-1. Oh, not shoot a 1-1. It was a foul on number 11. Got confused by the hand signs. Foul on Gilliard. As they turn it over yet again. I think Cabrillo's kind of set in that Solano has this victory in tow because Rocha is sitting on the bench.
I know. I wonder if she's going to come back in or if she's just going to be done for the rest of the game.
I think Rocha is probably.
Oh, no, she's up. Here we go.
Good thing I didn't finish my sentence because I was going to say, I think she's going to just sit for the rest of the game, give her a break, but no. Cassandra Jones misses that layup as Estrada throws the ball away. Watch out, Leo, in the corner.
Yeah.
So with 3 minutes left, Rocha checks into the ball game, as well as Geraldine Tiongson. So the good thing about having blowouts is you get some players that don't get a ton of playing time. You get them some minutes.
And you get to see their potential and what they have to bring to the table.
Yeah, Tiongson only has played in one game so far this season, so this is only her second opportunity to show Coach Borcher what she has to offer.
I liked her aggressiveness. I like it when they get down on the ground and get feisty with the ball.
Yeah, that's something that really you can teach it, but that's something that's pretty innate in you. Like you have to have the hustle inside you to just be like, "There's the ball. I want it more than the other person."
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can teach and preach how important aggressiveness is, but that comes from within.
Yeah. As that inbound play is good for Margie Howard on that layup attempt. And so Lania Adams, with a mental mistake, stepped over the line before she inbounded the ball, so Cabrillo will get the ball back. As Rocha will inbound it. Kicks it out.
It looks like Cabrillo's post plays haven't been working that well for them tonight.
Yeah, that's something that Solano. We talked about if Solano has size, if size was an issue. Cabrillo isn't the tallest team, so Solano pretty much is taller and they have length, and that really bothers the post players for Cabrillo. They don't necessarily have the best post skills based off of what we've seen today. They really have the good perimeter play of Rocha and Camposti on the offensive end. So really no post play to speak of for Cabrillo.
That's sad because you do need the post players, though.
Yeah, speaking of post players, Laura Lawson, we talked about her earlier. She went to San Francisco State. Can you tell the audience a little bit about what she did for San Francisco State?
In her last game, she actually scored 15 points, and she had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, Laura Lawson is sponsored by In-N-Out because she's a double-double machine.
Is she really?
No.
Oh.
Oh, come on. We got to talk about gullibility.
We do.
First, college athletes don't get sponsorships because then they wouldn't be eligible to play.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah. As cabin lit.
Weirder things have happened.
As the ball kind of cycles around to cabin lit. She drives on Holman, kicks it out. That ball is on the end line, so it'll be Solano ball. So good defense still. That's something that can be let up in a ball game that's 21 points, is that your defense can suffer just because there's not that same effort, but not for Solano tonight. As Gilliard. Pass it back to Tresnewski. Adams. Dribbling. Into Holman to the post. To Youngson. Over to Gilliard in the corner. She sets her feet. Thought about the three. Dribbles to her left. Passes it out to Adams in open space. 5 seconds left. Tresnewski for three. Too hard off the backboard. That was a rush shot as the shot clock was winding down. So not the best shot from Solano on that offensive possession.
Yeah, but they had to take it, though.
Yeah. You don't want to just turn the ball over. You at least want to take your shot. As Rocha is double teamed by Gilliard. Leaves an open three for Estrada. Too short. Tresnewski. I think they really wanted that three for Estrada on that Cabrillo bench. There's some players in the end of the bench that get these playing times, and really the whole team roots for them to do something well. It's just a nice little kind of team-building chemistry kind of thing.
It's really nice to see, and hear.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Cabrillo has that bonding in their team to root for their teammate, even when they're losing by 21.
Yeah, exactly.
Now 23 after that Miranda Holman shot.
Because a lot of teams, or not a lot, but some teams, they just get down on themselves and they get a bad attitude.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see. And they have a long season.
Yeah, they are 3-3 entering this game as Rocha 4-3, just short. Gonna be gathered by Solano. Gilliard bounces the ball off of Rocha. So 4 seconds is the game clock above the shot clock. So Solano will get the ball. Cabrillo will probably get the ball back as Tresnewski cycles it around to Gilliard. Little up and over for Gilliard. That was an interesting move. Not sure how legal that was, where she kind of tossed the ball over the defender and caught it herself. But I guess maybe there's a tip from the defender. That was just interesting. It was like a little Harlem Globetrotters. I'm just
Have you ever been to one of those?
I haven't. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
It's a fun show.
They're fun. Yeah, it's funny.
The only basketball team that has a longer winning streak than the Golden State Warriors
right?
is the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, my God. We got less than almost 10 seconds left on the clock.
As a nice scoop shot from Estrada. And the bench loves it. As Camposti on the bench is on the floor from celebrating that shot from Estrada, as you see there. So her teammates are ecstatic for Estrada making that floater. As you get a look at Tresnewski. Going to inbound the ball. Holman over to Tresnewski. So she'll just dribble the ball out for the last 3 seconds. Pass it over to Gilliard. And that is your ball game, folks. So final score, Solano Falcons 72. Cabrillo Seahawks 51. McKenna, what are your final thoughts about tonight's game?
Like I said, I didn't know what I was expecting, having Solano being a new team, but after watching them play, I'm so excited to keep watching them the rest of the season. I think this could be another BBC Conference Championship this year.
Yeah, Solano definitely has that sort of potential. Let's give a little credit to Cabrillo. They showed us some things too, from Madison Rocha to Kamisa Camposti. They have some good players to build around, but I think tonight was all about Solano. Solano had a lot of players really do some good things. Cassandra Jones from 3, Miranda Holman on the offensive rebound. But I think their point guard, Alex Bader, really made a statement for herself, and I think we'll name her the Best Buy Player of the Game. And so right now we'll throw it over to Melanie Fuller with an interview with our Best Buy Player of the Game, Alex Bader.
Hi, I'm Neil Glines, the Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, and I want to thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Melanie Fuller with Solano College Sports Network, here with our Best Buy Player of the Game, number 33, sophomore Alex Bader. So Alex, you are a sophomore, but you didn't play at Solano your freshman year. Where did you come from?
I went to Linfield College in Oregon last year.
And what can you take from this win?
We have a lot of work to do. Cabrillo's a really good team, but we were the better team today, so we have a lot more work to do for our games this weekend and the rest of our season.
And you had home court advantage this game. What did it feel to be on your court for the first game of the season?
It was a lot of fun. We have a good crowd, and it's the court that we practice on every day, so it felt good to get a good win at home.
Thank you, Alex. Congratulations for being our Best Buy Player of the Game.
Thank you.
I'm Melanie Fuller with Solano College Sports Network. Thank you.